Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Greer Industries, improving people's lives for more than a century.
May, thanks for tuning in on a Friday. So for today, what the satellite and radar could look like for the state, probably a lot of clouds, some chances of hit or miss rain, and a slight chance of some general thunderstorms. This would be normally a kind of lower impact kind of weather day today, but given the circumstances since earlier this week, we had that extreme rain event, all those severe thunderstorms with the damaging winds, and all the rain that led to up to locally historic river flooding. There may still be some ongoing impacts out there, some ongoing search and rescue efforts, and still remember, turn around, don't drown if there's still some flooded areas. So if you do have that chance of a shower and isolated thunderstorm, take that into account if that includes you, if you are out and about today. Charlotte near 78, chance of showers and storms. The main front that brought on all the severe weather and heavy rain earlier this week, that's stationary in the Carolinas. They'll have risks of flash flooding in portions of South and North Carolina today. Some moisture extending north from that is giving us the clouds and some chances of showers and a low chance of a thunderstorm. From Panhandle to Panhandle, about a 30% chance of a shower, very low potential of a thunderstorm with highs near 80 and a slight chance of a shower and storm tonight, lows near 63. Eastern Panhandle near 80, likely dry. Higher elevations in the 70s out there, and maybe some fog again tonight. Watching for some of that river valley fog too. In northern areas, there may still be some local impacts with power outages. Again, we had all that river flooding earlier this week, just up to catastrophic flooding impacts. So it may take a long time for recovery. Chance of showers, slight chance of thunderstorms. In southern areas, Bluefield near 72, Huntington near 86, about a 30% chance of a shower, slight chance of thunder. Better chances of rain return early next week. Highs back up near 90 by Monday and Tuesday for Charleston.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Capital City with news from across the state. This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law, with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and Metro News' Dave Allen.
Welcome into the 2 o'clock hour, the final hour. It's Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, Open Line West Virginia. Your calls and texts, 1-800-765-TALK or text 304-TALK-304. It's Metro News Midday.
Metro News Midday is presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com. Join in by calling 800-765-8255 or text 304-TALK-304. Let's go live to downtown Charleston. Here's Dave Allen.
It's a Friday afternoon. It's Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. We'll get to Open Line West Virginia and our Weekend Sports Blitz with Daniel Woods, which we do every Friday to get you ready for the busy weekend in sports. But before we do that, I want to head up to Weston, I think is where he is, and check in with Jeff Jenkins. Good afternoon, sir.
Dave, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you? What are you seeing?
Well, let me tell you, Weston's awful. It's just it's what other floods have been like we have covered in the past in West Virginia. Just Stone Cold Creek and the West Fork River have done just terrible damage here. As I drove in on 33 just a couple of minutes ago, I mean, just people clearing out garbage out of their debris, what is now garbage, obviously, out of their homes, storage buildings that were along the creek. I saw, folks just clearing out storage buildings. I'm right here at a church that they're doing just some amazing things already. They had 4 feet of water in there. They have a coffee house. It's Hope's Point Church. They have a coffee house here in Weston, and they have 4 feet of water in the garage of their coffee house. They got that all cleaned up over the last couple of days, and now they're giving out things to the community, non-perishable food, cleaning items. It's a real busy place of activity here. The guards here in Weston, there's a lot, but there's a huge cleanup that's going to have to take place here.
I mean, when you talk to the residents up there, and Jeff, I know you have certainly have covered a lot of these floods yourself. Has anybody up there seen anything like this in the past? I mean, they all harken back to 1985, but
Right.
I mean, I've heard people say it was worse than that, in their opinion.
Yeah, I think in this particular area it was. You know, 85 was terrible in Tucker County and Preston County and some other places, but, you know, I think for this area it rivals or is worse than. I want to play an interview for you, Dave, that I got with a man named Rodney Rovello. And Rodney Rovello and several of his family members live along Brushy Fork, and that's outside of Buckhannon in Upshur County. And Brushy Fork is just this, you know, little creek, and it's not far from Stone Cold Lake. And he owns a detailing business, R&J's Auto Specialties, and he details for a lot of the car dealers in the area and a lot of others, and he employs some people from the area plus some of his family members, and this flood wiped out everything. Took cars down the creek, wiped out his garage, and I'll be posting some video later from that. But I got an interview with him, and just listen to the hope. It's amazing what he's gone through. But he's I think he's 57 years old. His home almost paid for, and now all this damage. And this catch up with a little bit of this interview I did just about an hour ago.
Catastrophic act of God. It was. I was going for 20 minutes. Took my workers home. Going for 20 minutes. Come back to 5 foot of water. It was really shocking, terrifying. We couldn't get to my daughter-in-law, and grandbabies. It was just words cannot put it into to express how catastrophic it was. It was just you had to see it, and then the destruction afterwards. It was just amazing.
Was it just so much rain in a very little period of time?
Yes. Never. My mother-in-law's lived here for 70 years, and has never seen anything like it. We're not in a flood zone. Even in 05 or 85, no water here. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So, it was. Well, now dealing with the aftermath, it's just overwhelming, and the more as the days go on, the harder it gets. So, but we have been blessed. We've had great friends, the outpouring of the community, supplies, water, food. It has just been great. I can't say enough. You know, Jenkins Ford has brought food. Bill Lake and Paula Lake from Lake Lumber, and they have brought equipment. They brought crews. It's just been really great.
What? Because your business is also here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the vehicles, obviously.
Yes.
I can't even imagine how much you try to put that all back together in your mind. What do you do next?
Yes, that's the thing. And when I look at it and I look at the devastation out there, what do I do? Where do I start? You know, and I'm almost 60 years old, starting over. You know, we owned a whole 27 months on this house. And, you know, and that was the first focus, is here, of course, and then the shop. And but we've just worked all my life for this, and to get in a situation and where I'm at now, and just in a blink of an eye, and it's going.
So there, Dave, you have it. We go on for a couple more minutes, but that just that gives you the idea, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be posting some photos of that later, maybe not until tomorrow or Sunday of this. But what impressed upon me was, this hope he had, and this, even though you heard him say only owe a few more months on the house, worked all my life for this, and now it's gone. He was pretty hopeful. I mean, he sounded down there, but still, I mean, he was so thankful for all the people that have come by, and it's just a little about five houses there near Stone Cold Lake, and they just got wiped out by this. And when I was there, Montague County Sheriff's deputies came, brought things. Jenkins Ford came and brought food and pizza and just different things. And this is classic West Virginia. Like, I'm leaving, he makes me take a hot dog. Okay, Rodney does. And he says, we got pizza here. Why don't you take a piece of pizza? And I go, okay, I'll take a piece of pizza. He goes, no, take a whole pizza. And he gave me a whole pizza. So I've got a whole pizza sitting here in the front of the vehicle, but and that's just that's just one story, and we'll get a story up this weekend about it, because he has a son-in-law who works for him, and hopefully I get a video posted this afternoon, where his son-in-law and his daughter live, and how it was a scary situation, just barely got out. So we'll see some of that video hopefully on the website this afternoon. But that just gives you a little taste, guys, and it's it's going to be, in particular, I mean, we'll get a story out of this Weston thing too, because there's a lot of damage here, a lot of work. Boy, it's busy. I mean, it is busy here. There's a lot of people, but been a lot of destruction here.
All right. Hey, Jeff, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot, and be safe, okay?
Okay, buddy. See you. Thank you.
Jeff Jenkins again in Weston this afternoon. It is 2:16, and we'll do an abbreviated version of the Sports Blitz with Daniel Woods. Before we get to talking about sports, Daniel, you've spent the last couple of hours out on the parking lot here at 1111 Virginia Street East in Charleston, where the listeners have gone above and beyond, as they always do, for us, and we put out a simple plea: bring us some cleaning supplies, some shovels, some buckets, dishwashing detergent, animal food, whatever we can get to these people up in Buckhannon. We started at 8 o'clock this morning. Man, during one of the newscasts, I think it was the 1 o'clock newscast, I looked out there, and there was cars waiting to get on the parking lot here at 1111. Talk about it.
There have been times we were 3 cars deep of people lining up to drop things off. I've been out there the last couple of hours at this point, like you said, and since I got out there between 11:30 and noon, we have had enough supplies to fill a cargo van from the folks at E&H Transport that is already on its way to Buckhannon, and then we were finishing up loading everything else that had been brought in into a 20-foot box truck that they sent up from Dutch Miller, and that was close to full. Anything else that was coming in as I was coming in here was going into that truck. That's going to go today, and then anything else that comes in, the folks at Titan Roofing are going to be here when we're finished to take up as well. So that is how much of an outpouring of support we've had. It's been absolutely incredible. You don't know how much people are really going to show up, and I was talking to our buddy Matt Murphy that's behind the controls for these shows so often, and I wasn't in this area for this, but he said it hits home for people around here because they remember 2016.
Absolutely.
And they remember the support that people gave them, and they want to give back.
I said that the exact same thing early this morning when this area in the Kanawha Valley got hit so hard in 2016 in Elkview and Clendenin and places like that. And then let's go on down to Greenbrier County and places like that. North Central West Virginia, Eastern Panhandle, Northern Panhandle came and helped here.
Right.
And so that's what West Virginians do. And, I mean, people, the interesting thing to me is watching people come on the parking lot and almost apologetic. Yeah, I talked to a lady out there earlier, and she pulled on the lot, and she said, I could only give $20. And I said, We don't care whether you give
Right.
20 cents. I mean, you're helping us, and we will take it. We had one gentleman that showed up with a very small bottle, container of bleach, probably 99. That's fine. We had another guy that showed up that had 2 almost pallets full of bleach.
Right.
There's no too big or too small.
Right. No gift is greater than any other in something like this. And give a ton of credit to the folks from the West Virginia Association of Fairs and Festivals, too. They're out there in the heat with us, hauling this stuff around. They loaded up one of their vehicles. There was somebody that made contact and said, I'm out at the Sam's Club out at Southridge on Corridor G. I don't think I can make it downtown. Can you come out here and meet me? And they took one of their vehicles, loaded that up, and brought it down here, and we loaded it all into the box truck. So it really just has been an incredible combination of people coming together and just wanting to help those that need help. And that has been really, honestly, inspiring to stand out there and be a part of.
And the cleaning supplies, the mops, the brooms, the industrial style, the buckets, so important right now. And again, there's nothing that won't work.
Right.
I mean, because we've had people that have brought things that we didn't have on our list. Okay, we'll take it. That's fine. We'll find some use for it.
Somebody brought a lamp, and we said they can use it.
Yeah.
The lady came in, and we had unloaded everything from her car, and she said, I wasn't sure if they would take a lamp or want a lamp, but I brought it, and we said we'll take it.
We'll find a use.
Find a use for it, and we loaded it up into the truck, and it's going to go to Buckhannon.
Batteries, flashlights, things like that of that nature. I mean,
one note that popped up that we were informed of from the folks in Buckhannon. There is a lot of canned food coming in, non-perishable food items. You need can openers to open that stuff up, and if you've got an electric can opener or something in a place that doesn't have power, you're not going to be able to use that. So can openers is something, one of those small things that you don't necessarily think about that you really need.
All right, let's you and I transition to sports, and I'll come back after 2:30, and I'll talk about the drive we're doing. I do want to do a little programming note here. The 2026 West Virginia Prep Football Showcase is set to drop Saturday night on MetroNews Television, also on the YouTube channel and the MetroNews Sports Facebook page. Travis Jones and Joe Bricado handling that. It's going to recap the Coalfields and Company West Virginia Prep Football Showcase from Pony Lewis Field in Morgantown, and Daniel features a lot of the top high school football prospects from all 4 classes.
Yeah, if there's a high school football player that you know of as a statewide name, good chance they were there, good chance they're going to be talking about them. This is a combine-style event. When you think about guys going to the NFL, running the 40-yard dash and the 10-yard shuttle and the 3-cone drill, that's what we're talking about here. You're going to get a chance to see the guys that a month from now are going to be out there on the field, going to be potentially your all-state talents that are going to be playing for state championships. You're going to get a chance to see them, running around in shorts and T-shirts, but you'll get an idea of just what kind of athletes these guys are.
And that's going to drop again on MetroNews Television, so if you haven't done so already, you should have already done it. Shame on you if you haven't. But download the MetroNews Television app. Also available on the MetroNews Sports Facebook page and on the MetroNews Sports YouTube channel as well. What are you taking a look at this weekend in sports?
Well, we got the American Legion State Baseball Tournament going on right now in Beckley. We've had our first elimination this morning with Parkersburg Post 15 beating Bridgeport Post 68 9-7. We've got our second elimination game on the turf at Linda K. Epling Stadium right now. Potomac Valley Post 64 up 5-0 on Morgantown Post 2. You go beyond that, you look around. Major League Baseball is really where the focus of things is nationally right now. We've got some competitive wild card races. The Pittsburgh Pirates, for the folks around here that are Pirate fans, are right in the thick of that wild card race. Cincinnati Reds trying to hang in it. They're 7 games under 500, get a big series with the St. Louis Cardinals. Those are what you're looking at for your local Major League teams. Orioles are trying to stay hot, had that series with the Red Sox. So we'll see what's coming up with Major League Baseball. And then, because there's always a West Virginia connection, LeBron James has signed with the Philadelphia 76ers for the next 2 years. The general manager, president of basketball operations, it's all the same, is former WVU great Mike Gansey, who, if you go all the way back to 2001, Mike Gansey was the runner-up to LeBron James for the Ohio Mr. Basketball Award.
So, I mean, I didn't have that one on my radar, that the 76ers were a possibility. Did that come out? You're a sports guy.
Sure.
Was that a surprise to people?
It was made clear, I think, early on that Philadelphia was interested in LeBron. Yeah. I don't know early on if it was clear that LeBron was interested in Philadelphia. It had become pretty clear in the last couple of days that it was either going to be a return to Cleveland, a return to Miami, Philadelphia, or Minnesota. And if you were asking me, I thought he was going to go back to Cleveland, finish his career at home, and try to bring one more championship back to Cleveland. But the reporting that we have seen today is LeBron James and his people felt like his best chance to get his 5th championship ring would be with the Philadelphia 76ers with the moves that they've made this offseason. And I think it's going to be a very interesting situation.
All right, before we close out, I got to ask you this: as an up and coming star in the world of sports, as you are right now, sports broadcasting, what the heck is going on at ESPN?
A lot, a lot of things. They have fully leaned into personality-driven broadcasting. Stephen A. Smith and Pat McAfee and Rich Eisen to an extent, and they have pared back some things, and I understand it to a degree because when you've got this in your hand all the time, you don't need to tune into SportsCenter every morning to see the highlights from the night before because you saw them the night before when they happened. But they have very much leaned into personality-driven content. They're spending a lot of money on it, and that is coming at the expense of some longtime people. Carl Ravitch, a lot of folks that have been around for quite a while.
All right. Daniel, appreciate it, man. I think they need you back on the lot out there.
I'm going to go start hauling cases of water.
There we go. Daniel Woods, appreciate it. It's 2:25. We'll be back after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
The 2026 West Virginia Prep Football Showcase partnered with Coalfields & Company.
The premier program across all classes in the state.
Analysis from Travis Jones and Joe Brigado. See the players and programs shaping the 2026 season. Watch high school football athletes compete in the 40-yard dash, 5-10-5 shuttle, and broad jump. Streaming live July 25th on Metro News Television, YouTube, and Facebook.
At Daniel's Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniel's is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in-store at Daniel's.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Need a truck that's ready for work, weekends, and everything in between? Right now at Dan Cava GMC, get up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500, or save up to $4,000 off all new GMC Canyon Elevations, offering bold styles, advanced technology, and everyday practicality. Come explore our all-new GMC Yukons, built for busy families and big adventures. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Of course, the LVA was brought into my life because I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
Where he was in the course, we really had to go towards an LVAD.
At that point, I was committed. At that point, I wanted to get better, and I wanted to see what this machine was going to do for me.
With this therapy, he's thriving, doing well. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
First thing I hear when those mics go on is you just coughing, and I'm just like, this guy.
You don't appreciate me giving that show a little ratings boost?
Coughing directly onto these microphones? No, I don't want it.
Hotline on Metro News Television.
Us.
Welcome back to the show, and I feel like we've talked a whole lot about weather this week, and I want to give a big shout-out to our man, Metro News meteorologist Brian Hughes, and who's really put in the work this week. And if you want to follow Brian Hughes on the radio and, of course, on social media and on Metro News Television, just download the Metro News Television app and follow him on social media as well. And you can follow the forecast of Metro News meteorologist Brian Hughes, whom I hope is – I was going to say I hope he's getting some sleep right now, but when I saw him earlier, he was loading bottles of water on a truck out in our parking lot here at 1111. So, but anyway, download the Metro News Television app, follow Metro News meteorologist Brian Hughes and his team of meteorologists there and on social media as well. We'll take a break, come back up to the bottom of the hour, and we will kind of reset what we're doing here in Charleston, what's going to happen in Morgantown and Clarksburg coming up next week, plus Open Line West Virginia. 1-800-765-TAOK or text 304-TALK-304. It's Metro News Midday.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Greer Industries, improving people's lives for more than a century.
Hey, thanks for tuning in on a Friday. So for today, what the satellite and radar could look like for the state, probably a lot of clouds, some chances of hit or miss rain, and a slight chance of some general thunderstorms. This would be normally a kind of lower impact kind of weather day today, but given the circumstances since earlier this week, we had that extreme rain event, all those severe thunderstorms with the damaging winds, and all the rain that led to up to locally historic river flooding. There may still be some ongoing impacts out there, some ongoing search and rescue efforts, and still remember, turn around, don't drown if there's still some flooded areas. So if you do have that chance of a shower and isolated thunderstorm, take that into account if that includes you, if you are out and about today. Charlotte near 78, chance of showers and storms. The main front that brought on all the severe weather and heavy rain earlier this week, that's stationary in the Carolinas. They'll have risks of flash flooding in portions of South and North Carolina today. Some moisture extending north from that is giving us the clouds and some chances of showers and a low chance of a thunderstorm. From Panhandle to Panhandle, about a 30% chance of a shower, very low potential of a thunderstorm with highs near 80 and a slight chance of a shower and storm tonight, lows near 63. Eastern Panhandle near 80, likely dry. Higher elevations in the 70s out there, and maybe some fog again tonight. Watching for some of that River Valley fog too. In northern areas, there may still be some local impacts with power outages. Again, we had all that river flooding earlier this week, just up to catastrophic flooding impacts, so it may take a long time for recovery. Chance of showers, slight chance of thunderstorms. In southern areas, Bluefield near 72, Huntington near 86, about a 30% chance of a shower, slight chance of thunder. Better chances of rain return early next week. Highs back up near 90 by Monday and Tuesday for Charleston.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
The 2026 West Virginia Prep Football Showcase partnered with Coalfields & Company.
The premier program across all classes in the state.
Analysis from Travis Jones and Joe Brigado. See the players and programs shaping the 2026 season. Watch high school football athletes compete in the 40-yard dash, 5-10-5 shuttle, and broad jump. Streaming live July 25th on Metro News Television, YouTube, and Facebook. You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kercheval. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com.
Welcome back to the show. It's Metro News Midday for a Friday afternoon, 26 away from 3 o'clock. Ryan Nichols and Stephanie Pauly, our producers. Today we're heard all over the great state of West Virginia. Great radio stations like WJLS in Beckley, WCHS in Charleston, our flagship WKMZ Clarksburg, WD&E in Elkins, WKLP in Kaiser, WVW Logan, WEPM Martinsburg, WAJR in Morgantown, WSLW White Sulphur Springs, and WKKX and WVLY in Wheeling. Hats off to you, the greatest listeners in the world. Because here in Charleston today, we have collected a whole bunch of we've got trucks on the road right now headed to Buckhannon and all those areas were so hard hit by the flooding this past Tuesday. Thank you. Thank you for everything you've done so far. Now, at our place here in Charleston, 1111 Virginia Street East, we are going to be here until 6 o'clock tonight collecting those items. And what are we looking for? Well, it's kind of a moving target. Because what happens is we ask for one thing and we get a bunch of it. Okay, we got enough of that. Now we need this. But we'll take whatever you got. We started, of course, with bottled water and Gatorade, non-perishable, ready-to-eat foods, toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning supplies, Clorox wipes, extension cords and fans, air mattresses, trash bags. Those heavy-duty trash bags are amazing, those construction type, or the regular trash bags. Those will be fine, too. Mops, buckets, and brooms. You can never have enough of those, especially with the buckets. Those industrial size are really great. Shovels, rakes, other cleaning tools. Had a gentleman pulled up in a pickup truck out here earlier, probably had 30 shovels in the back of the truck. We'll take it. Work gloves, rubber boots, N95 masks. And again, those masks are very important because floods, and this is the understatement of the year. If you've ever gone through one, you know what I'm talking about. Floods are nasty. They are disease carrying, it can be bad. So you need those rubber gloves, you need those boots, and you need the mask as well. So we'll take those. Baby diapers, wipes and formulas, feminine hygiene products, any kind of toiletries, from your soaps, your shampoos, toothpaste, deodorant, new socks and underwear, towels, blankets, pet food and pet supplies, flashlights and batteries. Remember, a lot of these folks still don't have power. Paper plates, plastics of all kind. We will take any and all of that stuff. And, of course, you can't go wrong with cash. Now, if you go to our website, wvmetronews.com, I promise I'm not new here. I've been on the radio before. If you go to metronews.com, there is a link right at the top of the page there. It's just simply click on that link, and it'll tell you how you can go about making your donations. And there's just been so many corporate partners, from Huntington Bank, Titan Roofing, the West Virginia Association of Fairs and Festivals. Those folks have been on our lot out here since about 7:30 this morning, helping us get set up. So many of those folks have helped out, so a big shout out to them. And also, I want to give a shout out to people that have just pulled up on the parking lot here and said, "Here's $20." Yeah, I mean, this is what I have. Sponsor, I'll give him a little love. Sponsor of this show, Ben Salango and Law here in Charleston, donated $1,000 today. Didn't ask for it. He was a guest on our local show in Charleston this morning in his role as a Putnam, what county is this? Kanawha County commissioner. He just showed up and with a check. And Harvey Payton Law Firm. You hear him a lot on Talk Line and locally here in Charleston. He wrote us a check. I mean, so many people have. I know I'm going to leave somebody out. That's just the ones that I'm aware of right now. But so many others have done that. And people saying, okay, if we raise so much, we'll match it. And just there's so many people out there. Now we're doing this in Charleston today till 6 o'clock tonight, 1111 Virginia Street East in Charleston. But they are going to be doing it Monday in Morgantown at the Suncrest Town Center. We'll talk to the lovely and talented Rochelle about that coming up on Monday's show. And also on Tuesday, a similar event in Clarksburg. And we'll have more details on that. But again, thank you so much, Titan Roofing, Huntington Banks, and all of these folks that have help make this all possible, because it has absolutely just been fantastic, and we do appreciate all of your help. 1-800-765-TALK, that is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. And you know what I always say, if it's Friday, you know, you can give me non-political things. Just saying, it's Friday, weather looking pretty good, keeping those folks in north central West Virginia in the back of our mind as they got a lot of cleanup to do. But if you want to do something that's going to make us smile, you can do that as well. But we start with politics, and that's okay. Text, the only thing worse than starting this war with Iran is continuing it, says a texter. Texts, Vance or Rubio are far better choices than anyone on the other side. Already playing. I listened to Steyerwalt this morning on Talkline for a little bit in between lugging around cases of water outside, and did hear him talking about what's 2028 going to look like. You know, I mean, I think it's pretty much, in my opinion, and a whole lot can change between now and then, but on the Republican side for president, I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. It'll either be Vance or Rubio at this point. Again, it's just 2026. A lot can change. I get that. Democrat side, you know, I hear Kamala Harris. I hear AOC. I hear Gavin Newsom. Don't think there's much of a chance for somebody from California to be elected president. I'll be honest with you. Not a shot against Gavin Newsom. I don't care what his name is. I'm just telling you. I don't think it's going to happen. And I think nobody asked me for my opinion, but they gave me a show and a microphone and an office. So if AOC or Kamala Harris are on the ballot, I think you're going to have another Republican president, in my opinion. Not saying it's what I want, not saying it's what I don't want. I'm just saying the mood of America right now ain't on AOC, and it obviously wasn't on Kamala last time. So just say 1-800-765-TALK, text 304-TALK-304. Text says, God bless all you guys and gals for doing what you do. That's why you guys are my favorite station. Well, I mean, we appreciate that, but that's not why we do it. Top of every hour, you hear that little thing that says, proud to live here too, and we are. And, you know, that's what we do. Our neighbors need help, and that's what we do. We jump into action. And look, that's not me patting ourselves on the back. I mean, there are a lot of folks that have no affiliation with this particular company that are out doing similar things. We're just the ones with the big mouths and the microphones. But there's a lot of folks out there. And what I have been really amazed at is we talked earlier in the week on the show to Jackson County Sheriff Ross Mellinger about sending a crew up there. I know Kanawha County sent folks up there. Just about every county in the state has done something, sending people up there, sending crews, whatever they can do. Churches are getting involved. This is what West Virginians do. 1-800-765-TALK, text 304-TALK-304. Big shout out to Spike Nesmith. Spike, one of the best to ever crack the mic on 580 WCHS, on air and off air, creative genius, says a texter. Well, he's still doing great radio, and he's owning and operating a bookstore in Buckhannon right now. We had Spike on the air with us last hour. Appreciate that. Text, Joe Manchin needs to go away, stop representing West Virginia in America. You had a chance of a lifetime when Biden was president, and you played games for over 2 years and got nothing done except to get out of the Democratic Party and to follow Jesus Trump, says a texter. Text says, another Republican, the party of family values, accused of sexual misconduct. What are the odds, says a texter. Well, that was the current party, but the previous party was Democrat. Text, I'm so glad the people of our great state help each other when there's a disaster, because we can't count on state government or the federal government to help anymore. It's sad. $2 billion in rainy day fund, and we can't get a dime of it to help people. 1-800-765-TALK, text 304-TALK-304. Text says, I'm not a Republican, but I am a Republican, but Delegate Pritt needs to rot in prison. Well, he's in jail right now. He's entitled to his fair day in court, and days, I should say, and everyone is innocent till proven guilty, so we'll see what happens. Text Dave, if the legislature goes into special session to oust Delegate Pritt, they also should denounce Trump and his sexual abuse he was convicted of by his peers. Well, that ain't happening. I'll tell you that right now. Text Dave, a lifelong Republican here. I really hope, as Steyerwalt says, AOC will be the Democratic nominee for president, thus assuring J.D. Vance will be president for the next 2 years. MAGA, baby. Text, longtime listener in Ohio. God bless my home state of West Virginia as they recover from the floods and storms. Text, thank you for all you guys do. Metro News rocks. 243, West Virginia's on the rise. New businesses, new opportunities, and a strong, resilient workforce leading the way. Check out the full story. WVNrich.com, a video presentation sponsored by Huntington Bank. Proud to be investing in the future of West Virginia. We'll take a break and come back after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Morning, TJ Meadows.
Good morning, sir. It's yet another beautiful day to be in pursuit of happiness, is it not?
I like the optimism. Let's see if we can take care of that by the end of the show today, shall we? Any thoughts, Mr. Meadows?
Talkline, available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
We really had to go towards an LVAD. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Our commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. With factory-trained technicians and a service team you can trust, we're here to keep your vehicle running at its best for years to come. So when it's time to get your next vehicle, choose the dealership that's been serving the community for generations. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
We're going to do public math, so it's 31 divided by 4.
Yeah, just under 8 per win.
Just mark it down.
Put Tony and I down for 8, Coach Hunter. Put us on the prediction show for 8. We already got it. There's the math. Just go.
Sports Line on Metro News Television.
You're in the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the show. 13 away from 3 on a Friday afternoon. Metro News Midday powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Text says it's a war crime and it's all on Trump. Text. Let me see. Text says, hooray for the Cub Scouts who went to help with the flood cleanup. Indeed. Text, love hearing Ben Salango on your show this morning. I'm a Republican, but he's a Democrat I would vote for. He has common sense, unlike other Democrats, says the texter. Text, Pritt quit the Democratic Party to join one that aligns with his values. Can't deny that, says the texter. Well, I remember when Delegate Pritt was a Democrat and switched parties, and I do, to the texter's point, I have to go back and look that up, I do remember some comments along those lines, which is probably why the Republican Party is doing all it can at this point to distance themselves from Delegate Pritt, from the state Republican Party chair and House Speaker Hanshaw on down. But I to your point, I remember something said by Mr. Pritt along those same lines. Text, thank you for all the stories you've been telling about Buckhannon Weston all week. We appreciate you, says the texter. Well, we just tell West Virginia stories at Metro News. That's what we do. Text, glad the sheriff's office sent help to the flood victims. Patrick Morrissey says a texter is like a blister. He shows up when the work is done. 1-800-765-TALK, text 304, talk 304. Well, I'll say this. There's a whole lot of work to be done. I mean, a whole lot of work to be done. And, I said this before. Every one of us, I think, in the state of West Virginia has undergone flooding of some type. Now, I've been very fortunate in my life. I only lived one place that actually got flooded. And again, it didn't, at that point, it didn't even get in my house. It was an outbuilding that I had. I have never gone through it myself, but as somebody who's from southern West Virginia, where in certain parts of Logan County, you can count on 2 or 3 times a year flooding, then I know all about it. I've reported about it, and I've been out there helping people in it. But I've been fortunate enough, I guess, never have to go through it myself. But God bless those that do. And it's just floods are just nasty, man. It's just like the understatement of the year. They're just nasty. And when you get that much rainfall, as some areas did, up to 7 inches in a short amount of time, you ain't got to be Brian Hughes to figure out that that's not good. And areas of our state have seen this. And this is the first time that this area has seen flooding like this since, let's go back to 1985. That's what many people say. But now, if you heard our report with Jeff Jenkins, who's actually in the area, Jeff said he talked to a few people that said that in this particular area around Weston, where he was at that time, said that 85 wasn't as bad as what this was. Again, it's all relative, and West Virginia has a lot of curves, hills, and valleys, and this area gets nothing. This area gets pounced upon. Yeah, it's bad all around. Text, any updates on the beverage market strike? I have not heard anything in a while. No, I know what I see reported mainly on social media, but that strike, it covers several counties in West Virginia of alcohol distributors. TALK, text 304, talk 304. Text, ever notice how much Republicans harp on family values and then do what this delegate is accused of? Text, the next smart thing Steyerwalt says will be the first, says a texter. I will say this about Mr. Steyerwalt, and I catch his show every Sunday morning at 10 on News Nation. He definitely elicits some conversation. I will say that. If you follow me on social media, you can go over to Dave Allen Radio or any of our stations here in Charleston today, and you can see some of the pictures that we have posted of our flood relief efforts that we have going on. One that caught my attention there during the break was TJ Meadows on a pretty good-looking afternoon, not on a golf course, not following the stock market, not at home creating new spreadsheets, but actually out there working and loading up trucks. So that's when we do these things, it's all hands on deck, man. That's what it's been all day here. And when I get off this show, that's what I'm going to be doing out there as well. And again, we're going to be doing this till 6 o'clock tonight here in Charleston 1111 Virginia Street East. If you're outside Charleston, go to the website, wvmetronews.com. You can apply. I'm still talking about the scholarship program from a couple of months ago. I think it's time for Friday, I'll be honest with you. You can donate that way, and they've made it very, very easy for you. And again, on Monday, a similar event will be held at Suncrest Mall in Morgantown, and on Tuesday, another one in Clarksburg, and we'll be giving you more information on that as we get closer. We will take a break, and we'll wrap it up after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world!
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Of course, the OVA was brought into my life because I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
Where he was in the course, we really had to go towards an LVAD.
At that point, I was committed. At that point, I wanted to get better, and I wanted to see what this machine was going to do for me.
With this therapy, he's thriving, doing well. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
At Daniel's Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniel's is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in store at Daniel's. Okay, so we're going to do public math. So he won 9 his second year at West Virginia, 5 his second year at Michigan, 8 his second year at Arizona, second year at Jack State. He won 9, so it's 31 divided by 4.
Yeah, just under 8 per win or per season.
So there you go, Hunter. You can just forget about everything else. Just mark it down.
Put Tony and I down for 8, Coach Hunter. Put us on the prediction show for 8. We already got it.
Sportsline on Metro News Television.
Welcome back to the show. 3 minutes away from 3 o'clock. Metro News Midday powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. Again, our flood relief drive continues here in Charleston, 1111 Virginia Street East till 6 o'clock tonight. Go to wvmetronews.com if you're out of the area and you'd like to make a donation. They make it really, really simple for you to do that. Cleaning supplies of all kinds, pet foods, non-perishables, whatever you got. We'll take it. And again, I think I just was perusing one of our station's social media. Another truck just pulled out off the parking lot weekly just a couple of moments ago. Yet another truck. This right here, a man who was seen on the parking lot during the flood drive asking, anybody donate any corn dogs? Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
It's Dave Weekly.
How's it going?
Going
We
well.
made it to Friday.
Were you out there helping with the trucks?
I was walking past it. I
Yeah.
saw it.
You said
I moved. I moved where I normally park.
I can see. Well, that's a sacrifice right there. I can see you walking by, looking at 4'8" Leah out there, and going, "Man, that box looks heavy."
Good luck. Wait a minute. Let me get a photo.
Yeah. Hey, we got photographic evidence of TJ Meadows not on the golf course on a Friday afternoon out there loading boxes.
Well, really?
Yes.
You know what? We should find a way to sell the stuff we talk about in the commercial breaks.
Yes, we should.
We should.
Well,
Maybe just put them on little DVDs or whatever and sell them out of the back of my car.
What do Daves talk about off the air? We were having a discussion of the Buffalo Braves basketball team. How in the heck that came up, I don't know.
Yeah. When did the Cavs come into being?
Yeah, because he was telling me you were a Cavs fan.
What about the Kansas City Omaha Kings?
We got to get us one of them internets.
I know.
Here.
You know anybody who's got a computer?
If we had one of them internets around here.
Oh, man, we'd be up against it.
All right, what you got today?
We're talking about your morning routines because 83% of us have a definite morning routine every single day that they never change.
I would think that I thought it would be higher than that.
And what's the one thing in your morning routine that if you miss it, it throws off your whole day?
Oh,
you didn't know that was coming,
I
did
didn't
you?
know that was coming. I'll have to think about that one. Well, I mean, obviously coffee, because there's no coffee, there's a homicide somewhere. I'm just throwing that out there. Hotlines coming up on many of these same Metro News stations. Again, we're out here on the lot, 1111 Virginia Street till 6 o'clock tonight. Morgantown on Monday, Clarksburg on Tuesday. Thank you so much, folks. Have a great weekend. See you Monday. Till then, have fun and love somebody.